Today I want to talk about something that nearly every dancer goes through. It's called beginner's hell. This is this period when you are not completely new to dancing anymore. Let's say you've been dancing for a couple of weeks, maybe months, but you are really far from feeling confident on the dance floor. Your body feels stiff, you have no confidence whatsoever, you feel terrible at socials, you do not have confidence to ask people to dance, the timing is an enigma. So it is a really tough phase because you probably already fell in love with dancing, but your own expertise is this low. So in this video I'm going to tell you what can help you go through this difficult phase really fast and improve at great speed.
Okay, let's go.
So I'm going to give you 10 actionable tips that actually work. The first one is listen to the music. Yes, listen to it actively, passively. Listen to it when you cook, listen to it when you go for a walk, listen to it when you are commuting to work. Basically, surround yourself with the music of the music genre, of the musical style you want to dance to, and just soak it in. Because I think there is no better way of understanding the dance than understanding the music. And also you will fall in love with it. Yes, but be careful. It is really, really addictive. So when you listen, your body gets familiar with the tempo, with the pauses, with the accents, with the emotional changes as well. So it is extremely, extremely helpful. Also, it is a good way to listen actively, to try to hear the instruments, where is the bass, where are the congos, and really try to pick up the instruments. So this would be the second level. And also exploring some tracks where you have the beat recorded.
8 and 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8 and 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8.
And you can find a lot of them on YouTube or somewhere else. And this helps you get accustomed and find the rhythm and really start, because keeping the beat is often really challenging for beginners. From my experience, especially for the leads, sorry guys, hopefully it doesn't offend you. So listening to music, extremely helpful. You can also find websites which analyze the musical beats of the given style, like for example eMusicality for bachata, where you can switch on and off instruments. So this will be a game changer, I think. My second tip for you is to practice solo every single day. And I believe this is actually very important tip, because quite a few people just practice in class and maybe watch the video tutorial before the next class, and it is really not enough. You need to build muscle memory, and it's best to practice first on your own without judgment, without other people watching you. So every day you can pick one element that you want to focus on, maybe weight transfers, maybe the beat, maybe the posture, perhaps one chosen isolation, simple turns or other element. Focus on it and practice. Of course, practice makes perfect, and it's not enough to see the move once or to practice it a couple of times during class. You need to kind of build it in your body so that you do not really think about the given move, it just happens. So it really helps to have a good spot, a practice spot, and it's also a good idea to build it into your daily habits. So I can share a secret with you. I always practice in my bathroom. I have 2 large mirrors in my bathroom and really slippery floor, which is helpful for spins. And whenever I finish brushing my teeth, I always practice some little elements, literally for a couple of minutes, but I usually brush my teeth at least 3 times a day, so that gives me like extra 10-15 minutes of practice every single day. So I think this is really important, and it helps you build your confidence with time. And then the second tip is to find a practice partner. If you're talking about social dancing, like salsa, bachata, West Coast swing, or a different one, you will not really learn proper leading or following without a partner. So this must be a person that you really get on with, that you feel comfortable, a person preferably who is quite honest in terms of giving feedback, sharing feedback. This can be really, really helpful. So it's a good idea to meet with this person, maybe at home, or maybe rent a room in dance studio with some mirrors, and meet and practice, and just focus on one combination from the class, go through it, just element after element, and ask for feedback. I think it will help you a lot, because before you go to socials and start actually dancing with lots of random people, it helps you to build your confidence if you train, if you practice with a person who is really kind to you. So I think it's a really helpful idea. Tip number 3 is find your crowd, because beginner's hell feels much worse if you're alone in it. Often I think these will be people from your class, from your dance class. So I think it's a very, very good idea to keep in touch with them, to have some Facebook or WhatsApp group, and really keep in touch and meet socially, get to know one another, and then you can start going to socials together, but in a group which is kind, which is supportive, which will not laugh at your mistakes. And these are the people who are at your level, so dancing with them will not feel that intimidating as dancing with some pros or really advanced dancers. So I think focusing on this social element, finding your crowd, finding your people, finding your support group will help you emotionally so much, and it will really help you sustain your hobby, and very likely you will build some lifelong friendships in this way. So I think this is a really important and helpful tip. The next kind of step is to start going to socials. When you have practice on your own, when you have practice with a partner, when you have found your group, I think it's slowly time to start participating in socials. This is what your instructors always stress, that you should just go to parties and just practice. But maybe they don't remember, maybe they don't realize, probably they don't remember how hard it is to start. I think especially for the leads, how hard it is to go to a party, go to a social and just ask ladies to dance. And let's admit it, the ladies are not always ecstatic, extremely enthusiastic to dance with beginners. So it's good to have your own group and go together. And I think it's a good idea to start slow, to take it step by step. So perhaps your very first social could be like a practice session. Sometimes after the class you can simply stay and practice in the dance studio in a more relaxed atmosphere. Or maybe there are practice sessions which are organized by the dance studio. So then you will know most of the people and the atmosphere will be better. And sometimes dance studios organize practice sessions, especially for beginners or beginners friendly sessions. So I think it's a good idea to start slowly, start in this way, so that you will not feel intimidated, you will not feel discouraged. And then if you go to like a real social, real party, what could be helpful is of course taking your group, taking your crowd with you, and this will help you feel more confident, but also participating in the pre-party class when you can get to know the people and learn some moves. I think it is helpful. And then when you finally go to the social, I think it is important just to take baby steps, of course, to leave your comfort zone, but by taking little steps, not huge leaps. So, for example, if you're a lead, you could just give yourself like a goal to ask 3 follows to dance at the beginning and see where it goes from there, or just say to yourself, I'm just going to stay for an hour, so that you don't get discouraged. but slowly participating in socials will boost your skill, your dance skills incredibly, because dancing with just yourself or people in class will never give you that much practice and that much confidence as being exposed to a wide variety of skills, levels, people. And also with time, it is fun. But yes, I understand that the very first socials can be stressful. They were definitely stressful for me. I remember when I was beginner in bachata and I wasn't very confident with my head rolls, and there were some leads who were kind of forcing these moves. So it was stressful for me. But now it's pleasure, it's pure pleasure. So it changes. Tip number 5 is to take a private lesson or lessons. Of course, they are costly. Of course, they cost a lot. But I know some people who have been going to classes, group classes only for a long time, and they actually don't dance that well because they've never received proper feedback. At a private lesson, at a private, you receive 100% attention of your instructor. You receive so much feedback, and actually in one lesson you can learn as much as you would normally learn in months. So I think it's really worth the money, worth the investment, especially if you really care about dance progress. Just having such lessons, maybe even once a month, but then really applying, taking notes. I think this is incredibly useful because you're going to receive so much feedback, but it's likely that you won't remember everything. So take notes and try to apply what your instructor has told you. And I know private lessons can be sometimes really daunting because there are so many things that you believe you might be doing well, but you aren't. But I believe it's really useful to receive this feedback at the earlier stage, because if you do not correct your mistakes, they kind of become fossilized and you repeat them over and over again with this muscle memory, right? So it's better to take some privates and correct this technique at an early stage and then build on strong foundations. Private lessons have definitely helped me. I told you about the issue which I had with the head rolls, neck rolls in bachata, and I needed a couple of private lessons with my instructor. Thank you, Łukasz. And we worked very hard on my head rolls, and then I could feel finally confident. So I recommend private lessons definitely as a quick progress boost. Tip number 6 is to take care of your body holistically, because sometimes we can go down this rabbit hole of just dancing, which is not that great for our body, because we need to strengthen the body. So I really recommend doing strength training just to build your muscles, build your core. I personally believe that doing strength training has skyrocketed my skills. It has helped me immensely, because stronger muscles in your core mean better control over your spins, over the execution of the movement, and also greater safety. Because, for instance, if you're dancing sensual bachata or zouk and you are meant to have that much flexibility, you're expected to move a lot of rapid, quite intense moves. You need to have strong foundations, you need to have strong muscles not to get injured. So strength training, but also stretching, this is incredibly important. Just do not dance only during your week. Figure out a way to focus on strength, on mobility. I think sometimes people dance way too much and it can hinder their progress. I know people who go to 4 hours per day, and I've been guilty of it. Sometimes I do it as well, but they don't balance it with other forms of activity, like even walking. I think it's important just to keep this balance also for your mental health. Just keep your balance, take it easy, don't dance all the time. And tip number 7 is connected with the previous one, and actually it is to rest to find time to rest, to balance all this hard work which you want to do and which you are definitely motivated to do, but with resting, with proper sleeping, with relaxation, because otherwise our nervous system will be constantly overstimulated. So this is not good for us, and we do not want to burn out too soon. So it is extremely important to take days off. And I'm aware that if you are really involved in dancing and you really want to make this fast progress, having rest days may feel like a waste of time, but it's not. It's definitely not. On the contrary, also your brain and your body needs time to process everything. It needs time to process all these moves, and this way you're learning because your brain is kind of storing all this knowledge. So definitely, and I cannot stress it enough, rest, take days off, sleep. Your body, your mental health, your nervous system will thank you for it. So definitely remember to rest. And this rest is important not just in terms of your physical body, but also mental health. It's so important to balance all this dancing with something else, with something quieter, with quality time with your family, with reading, with maybe meditation, with time in nature. It is so important. We need it so much. So, you will get there. You will make this progress. But not always faster means better. Tip number 8 is to watch YouTube tutorials or not, because I think every beginner does it, and I did it quite a lot as well. Of course, there are countless tutorials, but I think sometimes they can be overwhelming, and especially leads. Watch too many of them, and sometimes they try to lead certain combinations that, it's not possible to learn every detail from the tutorial. So sometimes it's not safe if you watch that many and you want to test them on the follows. So I think it's better to watch them sparingly and maybe focus on one move. Just be more selective, maybe focus on one move, one isolation, one combination, but not binge watch the tutorials. I don't think it will be that helpful for you. Tip number 9 is to record yourself. It hurts, I know, it really hurts, but it helps. So when I first recorded myself, I really couldn't believe my eyes how bad it looked, because there is usually a huge difference between how you think you look and how you really look. I mean, it's a gap. So it can hurt your ego, but it will really show you what you're doing wrong. So you will not be able to catch certain things in the mirror. You will not see everything. So the camera, your phone will show you the truth. So it is painful, but recording myself and watching myself, it was a game changer. So it was really helpful. And also, it is great to watch these recordings, watch these videos after some time, because you can really see the progress. You do not see this progress in the mirror. Maybe you will receive a compliment from someone who hasn't seen you dancing in a while, but you can see it with your own eyes that you have really made progress. I'm sure you will cringe when you will watch these videos after some time, but also it will make you very proud of yourself. So record yourself. Do it. And finally, tip number 10, and definitely the most important one, work on your mental attitude, because beginner's hell is not really physical, it is mental. Everything is going in your head, so everything depends on how you approach it. So it will be normal that you will compare yourself, that you will doubt yourself, that you will feel crap about yourself. But it's so crucial to work on it, to work on this attitude. So it's so important to speak to yourself kindly, and also enjoy this journey, enjoy this time. Always remember to separate your own self-worth, your own self-esteem from your level of dancing. Do not let it make you feel bad about yourself, that you're a beginner. Everyone was a beginner. Even the top dancers that you're looking at and you're admiring, they were beginners one day, and we tend to forget about it. So it doesn't make you a less valuable human being, the fact that you're a beginner. I know it may sound obvious, but we sometimes get lost in these thoughts and just want to be better, improve, and we beat ourselves and we lose all the joy in this process. So enjoy it. Remember, it was supposed to be a hobby, it was supposed to be for fun. And now we are speaking about beginners' health. So enjoy this process, have fun. I'm sure it will be a beginning of a remarkable journey, and dancing can truly change your life for the better. And I promise you, one day it will start clicking. One day you'll notice that actually you're more relaxed, more confident, and you won't know when it happened, but actually you've left this beginner's hell and now you're truly enjoying the dancing. So if you're in this phase, please let me know, and let me know in the comments which tip you think is going to be useful. And if you're a more advanced dancer, please share it. Share what were the things that helped you improve, which ideas, which tips, what really made you leave beginner's hell and what made you progress fast. Thank you so much for listening. Subscribe for more dance content, and see you on the dance floor. Bye!